Hi everyone, it's me Sanchari and welcome back to my channel Simply Sanchari. Hope you all are doing well. In today's video, I'm going to share some makeup products that did not work for me and I regret buying them. Now, I'm not bashing any particular brand. It is just that I'm sharing my share of thoughts, my experience while trying out these products. If you like any of the products mentioned, good for you. But these are the products that specially did not work for me and here is the reason why. So if you guys are interested, then please stay tuned till the end of this video. Alrighty, so the first product is Lakme Vitamin C Super Glow Skin Perfecting Tint with 3% Vitamin C Complex, and the shade I have is N340 Neutral Almond. That's how the shade looks on me, and from the swatches you can clearly say that it's very light and looks dull on my skin. Whenever I have used this skin tint, I have noticed that it looks very ashy on the areas where I have uneven skin tone. Plus, I have never liked Lakme's base product just because they have very limited shades, knowing that India has vast skin tones and undertones, and they still come up with just 6 to 20 shades, which is not even catering all the skin tones in India. And always I have seen that their undertones are not right. Other thing I don't like about the foundation is the spatula applicator that you get. I don't know why Lakme does this to us, because Lakme in itself is a brand who can afford a pump, because we have many affordable brands in the market who gives pump under rupees 300 400. So I don't think it is a big issue for Lakme to give pump, but this time in High Matte foundation they did give us pump, which is a great thing. And when I wanted to use this today, I saw that the pigment and the serums or oils have separated. It is smelling bad. From that I can realize that the product has gone bad and it's time to dispose it off. I have used it very few times, and whenever I used it I did not like it, because they say it is going to give you super glow, but it doesn't add any glow. At least on my face I did not notice whatsoever. When I reviewed this foundation that time also, I said the same thing, that it does not have a glow in itself. Probably if I have a dewy base, it is going to give me that added glow, but in itself it does not have any glow to it. Next product is the Viral T Fit Concealer Pot in the shade 04 Dark, and this is the darkest shade I chose for myself to be on the safer side. Total you get 4 variants and it is exclusively available on Nykaa. I placed my order on the launch day itself, seeing the hype it created on social media, and that's how the shades looks. It has neutral tones, but it has a pink tones to it, which looks very weird if I use this as my base for color correction. Once I complete my entire makeup, my makeup looks very ashy, and also it feels very heavy and settle in my fine lines. You guys, you must have seen on the social media that a little amount is going to cover everything on your face, even the hyperpigmentation birthmarks it covered. That is what they have shown us, but when I tried it on myself, it is nowhere close to that. And I also got many comments saying that yes, it is true that whatever you see is not what you get in this concealer pot. It is just like your regular concealer pot, and I think you have many other affordable concealer pot in the market which does a better job than this, and I don't think you need to spend your hard-earned money on this product because it's not worth buying, you guys. Next is this e.l.f. Camo CC Cream in the shade Medium 375N, that is going to color correct, provide you with full coverage with natural finish. Also, it has collagen, peptides and niacinamide with SPF of 30. Now, I got this CC Cream looking at the hype, and people have compared it to the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. Many of them say that these both are dupe, but I think they are not even similar to each other. It has a very thick texture and the consistency is also very thick on my skin. At least I have a dry and matured skin and it feels very heavy. It looks very patchy, doesn't want to blend properly, and it settles in my fine lines, frown lines, laugh lines, and makes me look very dehydrated and dull just because of the undertone, because it has a pink tones to it, which makes me look very ashy once I complete my entire makeup. And talking about the full coverage with natural finish, it has a medium coverage, and by no means you will say that it is going to provide you with natural finish because of the texture, because it is so thick. Anyone can come to know that you have something on your face, and just because the undertone and the shade is not right for me, so it does not match me well. And after using it for a couple of times, I came to know that no, this is not meant for my skin type. The next product is from La Mer and it is their Self Love eyeshadow palette in the variant 402. You get another variant in this, and I would say I have loved most of the La Mer's makeup, but this one according to me is an epic fail. You can make out why. It is just because of the tones of this eyeshadow. It's cool tone which doesn't look good on my warm skin color. Plus these shades doesn't want to show up on my dusky skin. The mattes are good. It has some right pigmentation which blends easily without getting patchy or leaving bald spot, but the shimmers are something which I did not like whatsoever. It's very dry, chalky, chunky, gets into the eyes, and it has irritated my eyes a lot. I think they should have played more with the colors. They could have got some warm tones, neutral tones, some colorful eyeshadows. That is how you bring inclusivity in a product. If you like cool tones, it might show up for lighter to medium skin tone people, but not on me. Next is from Inside Cosmetics, their creamy lip and cheek tint in the shade Chelsea Bloom. When I saw this shade online, I thought it is a perfect salmony pink shade with lot of brown tones to it, which is going to look good on my NC42 skin. But when I got the shade, tried it on myself, it doesn't want to show up on me. I need to build up the shade 4 to 5 times to actually show up the color on my skin tone. But if you are fair to light skin tone, it is going to work well. It adds a very subtle flush of color, and on my dusky skin this color doesn't show up in any ways. Forget about wearing it as a lip tint. It doesn't even work as my cheek tint, you guys. It emphasizes most of my texture on the skin, and yeah, the shade is a flop, you guys. But I have reviewed 2 shades on my channel. If you're interested, you can head on to my channel. Next is again from Inside Cosmetics, and it is their waterproof eye ink in the shade brown. I think they have 2 more variants in this. I really wanted a good brown liquid eyeliner for the longest time. When I saw Inside Cosmetics launching one, I immediately placed an order for myself, and when I got it, tried it, I did not like this eyeliner in any ways. Though it says waterproof, it has a matte finish, but once you apply it cracks after some time. It has that shiny finish to it and also flakes off. The applicator is something I did not enjoy, and it dries up pretty quick, and then you will have to dip it couple of times to actually complete your eyeliner. It's very watery, and this is how the shade actually looks like. It's a good color, but I don't like the texture and the consistency. Next is La Mer Oh My Clear Face Compact Powder. I don't know what shade it is. Probably if I get it, I'll mention it on the screen. So you get powder on the top and applicator and a mirror in the bottom. I wanted a good affordable powder to compare it with most of my drugstore high-end powder. It is a good powder. It has a good coverage with good pigmentation, but the tone is not right. It has a lot of warmth and yellow tones to it, which makes me look very yellow once I complete my entire makeup. And when I click my picture from the back camera, you can actually see the difference. Like my face looks very yellow, but the coverage is actually very good. Just look at it. It has a very beautiful finish, and it gives you that matte blurred out kind of look. However, the shades are very limited, and for that reason I did not like this powder. Next are these 2 lipsticks from Swiss Beauty. It is their Turn On Glaze Liquid Lipstick. I have 2 shades with me. I have already reviewed these shades on my channel. So if you're interested, please head on to my description box. Also, you can visit my channel for once to see what kind of content I create. Coming to the lipstick, they had tried to dupe the Maybelline Vinyl Ink, but let me tell you, this was an epic fail because it applies like a paint. It has a very thick texture. It is not smudge proof, waterproof, transfer proof in any ways. It smears everywhere. So if you're planning to wear this lipstick and going out, having your meals here and there, it is going to be all over your mouth. Plus the lipstick doesn't stay whatsoever. I felt that this was an unplanned release from Swiss Beauty, and the texture is something I did not expect from Swiss Beauty. Plus it is very pricey, it is like 400 bucks or something, and it's not even worth the money, you guys. Next is this Inside Cosmetics eyeshadow palette in the variant Blush Bash, and I think they have 4 variant in this. I got this eyeshadow palette thinking that now at least they must have changed the formulation, because whatever eyeshadow palettes I tried from Inside Cosmetics, it has never worked for me. I never liked their shimmers as well as their matte, and also these has the same kind of texture what I've tried in the past. They have not tried to reformulate it or correct the formulation in any ways. The mattes are very dry, chalky, and it doesn't want to blend properly. It leaves bald spots, looks very patchy, and has a lot of kickback on the pan. This red shade you can see has come off, and it has happened with all of my Inside Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. And the shimmers are okay types. It does not have that blingy effect which I like in my shimmery eyeshadow. So if you're a beginner and practicing with makeup, so you can give this palette a try. However, the quality is not that good, so you will have to keep in mind it's under rupees 150 I guess. So for the price it is a good thing, but the quality is not to match with. Next is La Mer BB Contour, and they just have one shade in this. I don't know why even they launched it, because this shade is going to show up on whom? If you are light to medium skin tone, probably it is going to show up. But let me tell you, it has a very beautiful liquidy creamy finish, and the undertone is very cool tone, very grey. So if you have extremely fair to light skin tone, it is going to show up and going to give you that shadow effect which you need to contour your face. But on me it doesn't show up whatsoever. I wish they had more shades in this, because the formulation is really very beautiful. It's not completely matte, it gives you that satin matte kind of finish, and it's easy to blend. I was like in two minds whether I should get it or I should give it a pass. After seeing a lot of swatches, I still gave it in like a fool, but then I realized that this was not meant for my skin tone. Next is Revlon Color Stay Limitless Matte. This is in the shade Manifest, which has a neutral tone. I really liked the shade, and the applicator is also good. It has that tilted edge with a leaf shape that is going to hug the right nooks and corners of your lips, but the applicator doesn't do justice because it applies unevenly, gives you that streaky and patchy kind of finish. And also I have noticed that once it sets on your lips, it feels like very matte, very paint like, and it sucks the entire moisture out of your lips. Also I can say that after few minutes it starts to ball up, and that thing goes into my mouth, giving me a very frustrated kind of feeling. I have never expected L'Oreal could come up with something like this, because I have loved their satin ink liquid lipstick, which works way better than this. And this is completely a matte finish formulation, but I would not recommend this to anyone. It's worthless, you guys. Next is this Laura Mercier loose powder in the shade Translucent. This is a mini size or trial size, you can say, which I got it as a free gift from Myntra while buying one of their flawless foundation, which I already have reviewed on my channel. Now let me tell you, I did try this powder in the past in the full size. I did not like it because it felt very drying on my skin. It felt very heavy, as if it has sucked the moisture out of my face, and it felt very ashy wherever I have applied it. So after all these years, I thought I will try it again, and it gave me that same kind of feeling. Well, it is a cult favorite powder, which you already know, but it did not work for me. As you know, makeup is subjective, and whenever I tried using this powder, I clicked some pictures from my back camera with flashlight. I could see that grayish it gave me, and that is the reason I did not try it after that. Next is this Jason Wu lipstick. I don't remember what shade it is. If I find, I will surely mention it on the screen for you guys. It was exclusively available on Cult, but as you already know that Cult is dead. I don't think it is going to come to life anytime soon. Even if it does, then I will have to give it second thought while purchasing from that side, because I have heard horrible experiences of people that they have faced. Now about this lipstick, it has a very beautiful formulation, provides you with comfortable soft matte finish which is kind of long wearing, but it is kind of water and transfer resistant, because if you're eating any heavy meals it does come off completely. However, these kind of formulation is really easy to apply anytime and anywhere. I don't like this lipstick just for the shade, because in the swatches, in the picture, I saw that it is a very beautiful berry tone kind of shade and cranberry kind of shade, but once I got it, it is a very cool tone plum shade which makes me look dead whenever I have used this. I have another shade from this same variant that looks very nice on me, but this is something that did not work for me, and that is why I regret buying this lipstick just for the shade. Alright, now coming to the last ones are these My Hues Comfort Matte Liquid Lipstick. I know who is the owner of this brand. I have been following her for 8 years, you guys. She's a lipstick queen and she is of my skin tone. She's NC42. Whatever lipstick I wanted to buy, I have always referred her video, and that is why I wanted to support her, and that is why I got 3 shades for me. I have seen the shade selection is top notch. She has rightly selected each and every shade for every skin tone. But let me tell you, though these lipstick are matte, it has tons of pigmentation, because just look at it, one swipe and it covers your lips just in a go. But this kind of formulation is very drying for my lips. I felt like my lips was running out of moisture. My lips felt very dry, parched and flaky the next morning. I understand that liquid matte lipstick will be little bit drying on your lips when you get such pigmentation, but this is something that did not work for me. I don't have anything against the brand, but it is just my share of thoughts that I'm sharing with you guys. So yeah, I do love the color, especially the one Pataka. It is one of my favorite shade, and it is such a beautiful shade that brightens my face even if I don't have a makeup on, but I cannot carry the formulation on my lips just because it is very drying on me. Alright you guys, it's a wrap for today. Hope you found the content helpful and informative. If you did, you might like these video of mine. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell button. You can also follow me on my social handles, whose link I have mentioned it in the description box. Please come and say hi, and I will see you soon with my next one. Till then, bye bye, take care.